Talks, where there's endless debates and entertainment, hosted by Lucas and Taj, who will excite you about the latest and the recent. Stay tuned to find out.
Welcome to Talks Experience. My name is Lucas Buari.
My name is Kavinder Bassi.
And we are your hosts for today's podcast.
Today we're discussing about e-cigarettes or vapes.
And people are generally idiots to think that it is a healthier alternative to a cigarette with nicotine in it and other bad substance. But in reality, it's just as harmful, or it could be as worse, as they are saying. There are plenty of negative side effects to this. Vaping can cause asthma, lung scarring, and has so much bad chemical flavoring that can cause lots of problems into the lungs, and so many organ damages, so much substances in the e-liquid that can really hurt your heart and brain. This is just so terrible. What is your intake on this, Taj?
Well, I can see for a fact having asthma is really painful. The second you have a vape or smoke, it's 10 times for you to breathe. Your throat is dry. It's like a Sahara desert, and it just hurts. Like, honestly, like hell. It's so bad.
And yet, could you believe that 11 to 15-year-olds are on the rise? The vape rate for those kids, 11 to 15-year-olds, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's gone up and up over the recently in the news and the BBC. Have you heard it on the BBC?
I've heard it on the BBC. I've heard it on several other news, and I think I know the reason why 11-year-olds and 15-year-olds are getting more vapes. And I'm going to say they're buying it from off-license businesses, little shops, yeah, where they just sell you the vapes, not checking ID, not doing anything, and it's just so daft that they're doing that.
Yeah, it has gone, yeah. And that is by the NHS survey, that it's gone up from 6% to 9% in the last 4 years. 11 to 15-year-olds are vaping. Perhaps someone over the age of 18, it could be a sibling, a brother, or a friend with bad influence, goes up to a corner shop, buys the vape, and gives it to someone who's under the age who shouldn't be smoking a vape. And that is just terrible, terrible, terrible news. And could you also believe, Taj, that this rubbish of vaping is being promoted by the NHS? Could you believe it?
What would the NHS here think about promoting something more deadlier than a cigarette?
Yeah. In Argentina, Hong Kong, and India, they've banned it, and they said that this would be a potential smoking epidemic to the younger population. Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I understand what India is doing and Argentina are doing. They're trying to stop this because they do not want their precious children under the influence of having a cigarette and hurting their lungs, stomach, and all possible organs. It's just not worth it. That's why they banned it.
Definitely, it's not worth it. And they think, I think that they just want to make money out of that, because people just go from smoking a cigarette to vaping because they think, oh, vaping is a much healthier alternative. They think it just contains water. Do you know what it's inside that vape? Do you have any clue? It has arsenal in it. It doesn't have just water in it, because you're an idiot to think that there's only just water in it. It has a lot of bad chemicals in it, nicotine, and so much bad substance, you know. It's just terrible that they are promoting something like that, and they're saying that it's a healthier alternative. This is just bullshit. Do you agree? Do you totally agree with that the NHS is bullshitting?
I actually agree with you, Lucas. I just don't understand here why everybody thinks it is healthy, but really it's not. It's like, oh, it's like, oh, electric cars, for example. You're digging up more of the earth to make more electricity batteries using so much lithium that's killing more of the planet, but the petrol and diesel cars only kill 1% of it.
True.
It's just mad. It's two different things. Vapes and cars, same conversation, same thing. It's just so bleeding obvious. You can see that.
It's really obvious, isn't it? Yes. And what is the government going to do about this 11 to 15-year-olds smoking rates on the rise, smoking vapes?
Wow. They say they're going to ban it. They're not. They're going to make more money out of it. The more money they make, the quickly they retire. That's what the government has been doing since the 1920s.
Oh, yeah.
The government doesn't care about us. They never do.
Never do. You're totally right. They never do. And not much what they're doing. And let's look at some of the side effects to this vaping. It causes long-term coughing, shortness of breath, which is almost asthma, by the way, eye irritation, constant headaches, dry and irritated mouth and throat, and nausea, which is constant vomiting. And that's worse than vomiting. Diarrhea, heart problems, heart failures. You can name, the list can go on and on and on, you know. You agree with me?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Definitely.
I just don't understand, though. How is vaping a thing? Why is it so popular? It's just more risk to your health than
and they think it's healthier than just smoking a cigarette.
Not.
It's not.
It's not. A cigarette can knock 1% of your health. An e-cigarette can knock it 5 times quicker than a flipping cigarette. It's just why?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I never picked up a cigarette in my life, nor a vape. But in college, there are lots of people who do it.
Yeah.
What's your experience with that when you were in college?
When I was in college, I remember a kid saying, I need to vape because I'm stressed. If you're stressed, then sort out your problem. Find what's wrong with you. Smoking a vape is not going to solve it. You need to tackle your issue. Vapes don't help you.
They don't. Just drink water if you are stressed and go out for a jog.
Simple things. Exercise. Eat less. Same thing. That's the real medicine. All this other crap, yeah, it's not.
It's not.
It's full of lies on top of lies of lies. It's
totally
just mind blowing how everybody is that daft to believe that, oh, exercise being healthy is bad. It's not. It's savior.
So do you think that vaping can kill you quicker than a regular cigarette? Or is it the same? What's your intake?
My intake is vaping can kill you more quickly than a cigarette. And I know for the fact everyone's going to disagree.
Yeah.
Think I'm wrong, But I know for the fact that a vape can kill you more than a cigarette.
Yeah. Yeah, like we said, yeah, that there's so much health hazard to smoking a cigarette with tobacco, because cigarettes, and if you smoke like a cigar, for example, cigars only contain tobacco and nothing else. Cigarettes will contain nicotine, tobacco, and others. The same with vaping when it comes to your health. And recent studies have shown that e-cigarettes are more dangerous than traditional cigarettes. And it can worse your cholesterol, make your cholesterol levels worse, decrease your blood flow to your heart, and much more risks to your health. And that is just going to make it worse with vaping than just a regular cigarette or a cigar with only just tobacco. If you're just going to smoke tobacco, then it's not really going to cause much health problems than if you're going to smoke with nicotine, tobacco, and many other harmful substances, you know. And it's going to kill you quicker if you smoke a vape. And if you do vape or smoke, our message is this to you: stop it. Just stop it. It's harmful for you, and quit now.
Best way, quit. Quit now. You've got your whole life. Don't waste your money on a plastic piece of rubbish. There's no point. You could use that money to buy an apple or the best drink ever. Why would you spend it on a plastic rubbish crap that's going to kill you? Wake up.
And stop smoking. Stop vaping. Stay tuned for more.